All right, YouTube. Here's the deal with today. It's Wednesday. I spent entirely too long last night making this part, 4 of them. Right, so I drew this part up in the computer and I drew some reliefs into it to help me make the bend on this piece of shit. And I really struggled with it. I did everything I could trying to get it bent, and I do this all the time. I always draw a part thinking that the reliefs are going to help me bend it, and it does not. And I'll spend entirely too long making that part. So the press brake here that I've rigged up out of a shop press is 13 inches wide, so these are 21 and a half. That was not going to work. I did everything I could with that and ended up having to actually take the cutting wheel and cut along those reliefs all the way the length of the part, and then get it bent as far as I could with that thing, and then inevitably put it in the vise and hammer the lip over, and then actually weld that cut mark back up, and then grind it, sand it, and try to blend it to make it look like a bent part, which turned out all right, but in welding it warped this way as well as this way. So, you know, after welding and all that, I had to actually take it back over here and kind of bump form it back straight, and it's pretty good. But, you know, it just sucks that I spent like 3 hours making these 4 little brackets last night. I'm getting really sick of taking so long to make simple parts. I feel like it's one of the things that's really holding me back as a fabricator, is just my inability to make the standard or quality of parts that are up to par with where I'm at as a fabricator. So, you know, I really need a real press brake. I've thought about the swag kit, where you take a Harbor Freight 20-ton shop press and you buy their dies and whatnot, and you rig up your own press brake. But I just know that as soon as I spend a couple grand on that, I'm gonna end up needing to bend something wider than what I can do with that machine. So I've been watching Facebook Marketplace looking for a press brake, looking for one just like this. And so this is easily a $4,000 or $5,000 machine. I watch Marketplace all the time. These things are going for more than that all the time. And so it just so happens that this guy posted it for sale yesterday. And after I made this one part last night, I was sitting down eating dinner, and I found this on Marketplace, and I think it's just time. I don't really have $2,500 to spend right now, but we're gonna risk it, and today we're gonna go get that thing. I've already messaged the seller. I've got the address. We're going up to Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, about 3 hours. We're gonna load this thing on a trailer, tarp it up, and bring it back home. All right, let's see if this old girl can pick this thing up. Shit, no problem. Yeah. that sucked, but we got it in place. He forklifted it onto the trailer. I strapped it down with like 10 or 12 straps. It was ridiculous. The Oklahoma highways damn near bucked it off my trailer, but we got it here. Even damaged the concrete a little bit. This thing weighs like 5,500 pounds, but I can now officially bend the hell out of some sheet metal, and no more struggling with this turd. All right, I got a couple $100 worth of wire run over towards the phase converter over there, and I am now switching the wiring in this thing from 208 to 230. So we're gonna move that guy to there. Now, I normally don't do my own electrical work like this. I usually get Spanky out here for that. Oh, that's tight. I'm gonna have to set the camera down. All right, it's out of phase, needs a little work. Spanky's gonna come help me clock one tooth and get the big camshaft thingy phased back, but it's alive. All right, y'all, it's up and running. It's not perfect. There's some slack in this side causing it to, it's impossible to set it straight. So we're just gonna work down on this end for now. And Spanky and I will have to blow this thing back apart later on down the road and get it fixed to make it perfect. But for now, we can bend these seat brackets. We were using the old welded seat brackets just to practice with, and those are going in the scrap pile. And now we're building a part that has no welds and no brake reliefs in it. And it's this simple. I'm gonna hit this pedal. And now we've got a nice brake, no welds, no grinding, nice part. I'm gonna step back and let Spanky do this one. Ooh. Very nice. All right, so I cut all these seat brackets out. You guys have seen these already. These came out perfect. I'm learning that T6 6061 aluminum material is too hard to press brake, and I also didn't cut these out to where the brake would line up perpendicular to the grain of the material. So I ended up with this pretty gnarly cracking. So I will end up welding this seam back up just to fix that crack, and then maybe grind and blend. I might just leave it if I get a good looking weld, but yeah. We are successfully gonna get 4 seats in this truck. It's gonna be pretty sweet. It's pretty tight back there, but I think it's gonna work. I'll turn the music down. But yeah, we're just gonna weld in those adjustable brackets there, and then bolt the aluminum brackets to the side of the seat. Here, you can see the mock-up bracket here, just out of some rusty 14 gauge. There's plenty of adjustment in almost all directions on the front seats, and the rear seats will be solid mounted. Yeah, so that's the seat brackets on the Tacoma. So 3 days ago I designed all this stuff, and I found that press brake on Marketplace, and it has been just the past 3 days of getting that thing home, in place, wired in, working correctly, and then making these brackets here. So I have most of part 2 built on the computer over there for the fab series on this build, but I think that's going to wrap up this quick video on the press brake. Yeah, I really hated those first parts that I made so bad that I went and bought a machine and spent 3 days getting it going just to remake these parts. So I hope you guys are tuning into part 2. Keep an eye out for that video. Thank y'all for watching this one. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff for me. Appreciate it.